Welcome to another video from sleepingdog.video. My name's John, and today I would like to just talk about I have the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I wanted to talk about I got a new audio device, the Rode RODE Wireless Pro lapel microphone system, which is in here. And I just wanted to talk about how it connects to my iPhone. You're listening to the iPhone to hear the audio, plus I wanted to show you a couple adapters before I hook up and let you hear the sound of the Rode system. I wanted to show you a few adapters that I'll start with, since this is just a video on how to hook up the adapters to I'm looking for my mic, adapters to my iPhone. So it's not a full review of everything. You can get those online, and I may make a different video that shows other features. But this video is mainly just to show how to hook it up, since there's not a lot talking about how to hook it to a iPhone and get everything actually working. So I'm going to go over that, and you can hear when I speak a little louder if the volume goes up and down. So this is the lapel mic. This is going to be my adapter cable that goes into my phone eventually. So this is the receiver unit, and there's two transmitter units. And so what happens is I looked it up to see which one I got. This is by Ugreen. Now, I should say first, there's two ways you can hook your wireless mic system to your iPhone. You can go directly, called digital, through the USB-C plug to the USB-C on your iPhone. You need an adapter if you have an older iPhone. I know that 15 and 16 have the USB-C adapter. So you can do that. Now I'm going to tell you why maybe you wouldn't want to do that. That'll allow you to have two channels. So if you want to interview someone or you want to use some other device, some other mic with it on one channel, and then your lapel mic on the second channel, then the USB-C to USB-C cable probably would seem like the way to go. But on the iPhone, I don't know about you guys, but I find the audio, there isn't a way to really adjust the audio on an iPhone when it comes to mic input. Sure, you can do that. It's really meant for listening to music. So they really haven't, they kind of allowed you to semi-do it with a microphone, but they really haven't perfected it yet, Apple. So therefore, the audio that comes into my, when I'm recording, is just too low for me. And so I have to up the audio in post to about plus 10 X volume, and I can only go all the way. I use Luma Fusion, which is the editing app for the iPad and even iPhone maybe, but I just use on the iPad, bigger screen. And it's an excellent app. They just had a recent update in the last maybe month, and it's really excellent. I tried for a short stint, a short talk here, I tried Final Cut Pro by Apple for the iPad, and I didn't like it as well as Luma Fusion. I think Luma Fusion with the update, anybody that said Luma Fusion is crappy because they don't do any updates, they did do a big update, and it's really awesome now. So it can do almost everything. You may be able to think of something it can't do, but it can do pretty much everything that Final Cut Pro can do and more. So that's all I'll say on that. Now back to this part of the review or talk. So because it only goes up to plus 12, that's why I mentioned LumaFusion, can only up the volume to plus 12. There is a nice equalizer in it, so you can equalize out the volume, and that'll also raise the volume a little bit to maybe plus 14. But that said, I wanted higher volume when recording because I want to be able to, I don't want to have everything at the highest volume and then have it too low and not have any margin where when I'm recording I can lift or lower the volume. I like to have a little leeway. And with the iPhone, you really don't have any leeway, at least with the digital. So then it comes to this unit. This is my adapter cables. This is, first I have to mention, here's the little, let me get around to wherever the micro camera is. Okay, so you see that? See there's two black connectors and that gold. The gold is the ground part. The two black connectors or stripes are for left and right audio for the unit to know that it's stereo and to record. And it has it on this side. This is the cable that came with my Rode Wireless Pro system. This works, I'll show you in a second, for the iPhone if you use my adapter setup, but it also works if you have a camera. But this review or talk is just for the iPhones. This is a cable I got off, and I'll leave a link, but I'll show you if you can see the name of it. But I'll leave a link somewhere in the description. I'm just learning, or the comments. I'm just learning how to do Amazon Prime affiliate. So if I don't have them in the correct places in the comments, I'm just learning. I've just started about less than a month ago. So give me a benefit of the doubt. Maybe tell me where I'm supposed to put it, maybe. But know that I'm learning. So you see now this adapter, you see this has three outputs. One is for left, one is for right stereo, and then one is to represent the mic input. The mic input's always, that I know of, is always, maybe it works for stereo too. I'm thinking because I do have a stereo microphone by Rode. But I thought it was maybe just for mono. But anyway, that's for the mic input. So stereo, left, right, and then mono or mic input. Now this one by Ugreen is a device that's a 24-bit audio input and output that you can use with earphones if you want, plug-in earphones. I have these wireless earphones. And let me tell you, anything that I say on here, I bought with my own money. So nobody's coercing, is that how you say it, me to say anything good or bad about these products. But if you like any of these products, please click on my links and give me a thumbs up if you even remotely like my videos. So this is, I don't know if it shows, but anyway, it's supposed to be Ugreen. And this is an adapter. Now what I found out was this adapter alone, plugging it directly in here, didn't convert it from, allows for a microphone to be put in here. So it's supposed to sense whether you have a microphone in here or you just have earphones plugged into it. But it doesn't convert. So the other thing I want to say, so you understand going forward in this talk, is when it's two connectors like this, two black lines, that's also referred to as T adapter. So if you hear of TRS, you know that's stereo for like earphones, but that's a stereo plug. If you hear something called TRRS, that's the mic and stereo inputs. Now what happens is when you're using a microphone, you got to convert the TRS, which normally would go into your phone, or you got to convert the TRRS to TRS to go in your phone. I think that's the way it is. So that's why I have this adapter. So, or it's the other way around. It could be the other way around. So it could mean that it's the stereo in here, and then with these three, it's the three going out into here. So that's what it is. So you have to convert the stereo to which is TRS, to TRRS. And so that's one side of the connector. Then you got to plug it in here. This is the digital DAC, 24-bit inside here. So you got to plug this into here, and then this converts it and senses whether you have a microphone hooked up here. I know it's very complicated, so I'll try to go slowly. Let me back out again. This only accepts stereo input, but it can sense whether you have a microphone hooked up to it or you have earphones hooked up to it. So it either does output when you have earphones hooked up to it, or it does input if you have a microphone hooked up to it. Now, you would think that you would just take this, plug it into your phone, plug this in here, plug this, or, right, and then plug this into here, like so. Let me get over here. Like so. So plug this in here. And that would automatically work. But for some strange reason, note, or whatever the saying is to me, I can't figure out why just using this setup together wouldn't work. It should, but maybe it just doesn't sense very well because the third-party adapter, I'm not sure. So what I have found is if I plug this one in, this is the TRRS converter adapter, and I plug this into here, and then plug this into my phone, and then I'm going to plug this into here like so, and then hook up, and I use the app Filmic Pro. Filmic Pro, when you go into audio settings, shows this up as the KT audio adapter. And so that must be the chip that's on it. So that goes into here. Now all this does pretty reliably, every once in a while maybe it doesn't, and you got to pull it out and push it back in. But pretty reliably, this hooks and will be recognized by my iPhone and my Filmic Pro app. So sometimes, though, remember, sometimes it may give you a dialog box on the iPhone when you plug it in saying, is this an audio or is this a other? And other means microphone or something else you have plugged into it. So if it does, choose other. So what the difference is now all the analog settings on here between here and here uh, are going to work now. So when I up the volume on here to get louder volume, it is going to um, work. Now I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to plug this in. There's this, if I can get this. There's this little plate right here, and then let me get you the magnet. Then there's this is the magnet. Now, as you can see, this isn't really made for the to put the lapel mic to. This is really to put it to the back of the transmitter, or yeah, the transmitter. So on that hook right there is where you're supposed to put this adapter. But this adapter is so much easier to put on because the magnet holds really well, and the adapter just works so easily. It has the included clips, but I find to try to snake the wires around without coming disconnected from the clip, and then to try to find a place on your shirt to clip it if you don't have a collared button-down shirt or something to do. I find this just goes anywhere you want to put it, and the magnets. So I put it kind of sideways and kind of wedge it in here, whatever this back little clip thing is. And it holds fairly well. So I would recommend doing that if you get this unit, or if you haven't thought of doing it, if you already have one. So that's my little tip. And also you can hear what the internal microphone sounds like. In my LumaFusion, as I said, there is a great equalizer. So if the sound isn't perfect out of the mic, which it should sound pretty well, but if it's a little bit, you want to richen up the lows and stuff, it's easy to do in LumaFusion. It has like a 10 or 12 band equalizer and does quite a good job. It also has dynamic adjust, so you don't go too loud into the red margin and blow out your audio. For software and a couple other functions, which are really nice. That's why I think LumaFusion with the update is a really great piece of software. So that's what it sounds like with fairly close to my mouth, as you can see, and with the onboard microphone. Kind of see where am I right here, where I hooked the mic to my shirt. And there, it's a little bit better too. And so, you know, it's a little bit down further than my mouth, so it might be a tiny bit quieter than the other mic. So what I wanted to say is that, so you can listen to the audio quality as I wrap up this video, is when you use the adapter that I showed you for the boost the audio gain, what happens is I have it on also audio leveling. You can switch between auto leveling and manual leveling. So it's auto dynamic, which is a low version of auto gain, where it does a very light gain control back and forth. Auto is a little more harsh back and forth gain. Sometimes you'll want one or the other. So then I wanted to go back. I have to keep thinking, keep on track. I wanted to say that you only get one channel. So this is going to be, even if you say to split, which I have it in the split channel mode, it'll only input one channel. The second, when you have it on split mode, it won't, this is the number one. I labeled maker so it was easier to know which is one and which is two. So the number two transmitter is the one that goes in and works. If I try to use in split mode the number one transmitter, it won't work at all. So it'll sound like it's not getting audio signal at all. I found out by trying the number two transmitter that in split mode it will work, as you can hear, fine. If I put it in, what's the other mode called? Combined mode, which is called M mode, it will, I believe, because I tried it just a little bit to see if both of these work, it will combine these two together. But then you don't have the ability in post, if you don't like the audio from one mic opposed to the other mic, if you have an interview or you use, like I wanted to try using my Rode Shotgun mic to record like car sounds or record. I also have if I get it real quick, I will come around here. This is my Rode Pro stereo mic, and these have the input. So it does have, it takes a 9-volt battery, and it does adjust for low, standard, and high settings, which isn't very fine adjustment for me. So I can use either of those to capture like background sounds, and then I can speak into this one and have it closer to my mouth. Now this does pick up pretty well background sounds as well, so I'm still learning all this setup, so I may or may not need to use even this as a second mic. But if I want, that's the great thing about these, you just plug it in here and it works. It turns this into a wireless mic, which is really nice. So you can plug any mic you want into here and it'll turn it into a wireless mic. So I have, okay, I switched to my other, to my back camera. So if you can see over here, I made, let me see if I can zoom in. I made, but this white thing, I made out of a board on Amazon. I made a karaoke machine, so I can plug, I haven't tried it, but I should be able to plug my wireless Rode Wireless Pro into that unit with the adapter, and then use this and my microphone. I have another microphone which I can show you. Give me a quick second. And I have this one. I have this one. I'll show you here. This one, and this is a pretty nice mic. It was either $14 or $44, but not very expensive. And it simulates, so it's a knockoff on whatever vintage microphone. It has on-off switch, so between singing, you can turn the mic off. I'm just going to handheld this segment. I just wanted to say that I remembered that in the manual it says to connect to an iPhone, use the USB-C to USB-C cable. And you'll, from the previous segments, you'll understand why in this video. I don't recommend that. For my final thoughts, I just wanted to say that was pretty good. I forgot to either turn on the mic or something, so it was going through the internal mic of the camera, and you can really tell the difference. So I wanted to record this last segment with the Rogue mic. The Rogue mic, it sounds so good, perfect. You be the judge, but I think it sounds really nice. Once you get the levels correct and once you read the manual and understand all the settings. So this is John for sleepingdog.video. Until the next one, bye-bye.